Oh, you put that thing on the
You see how we do it here on Saturdays. This is what it's.
It's 2020, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. Yeah. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire's lunch.
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing different. He lined up D-Haven, stole.
Everyone is still trying to process what just happened. One moment, everything felt normal. The next, the atmosphere completely shifted. Jay-Z, a man famous for his composure, discipline, and almost unshakable control, unexpectedly let his emotions surface in front of everyone. No confirmed scandal, no explosive headline, no public statement explaining it. And yet, something clearly changed. The crowd didn't see it coming. It felt like watching a legend drop his guard for the very first time. The confidence was still there, but so was something deeper, something raw, a side rarely seen behind those signature shades. Now the city is buzzing with questions. What could push someone so calculated to that point? Was it pressure, a private battle, or is there a bigger story quietly unfolding behind the scenes? Because moments like this don't just happen, and sometimes what we see on stage is only a fraction of what's really going on underneath.
And it seems to make a lot of people upset, you know, but then a lot of people love my opinion. That's why you bring me on here. And I really appreciate that, brother. I just want to say this before we get started, Art, is that, you know, a lot of people think I came here to bring a black man down. And that's what I hear in the comments a whole lot. But it was nothing like that. You know, a black man didn't cuss a dead man's mother out. A black man didn't set his friends up and put them in a situation where they couldn't come home to their families no more. A black man didn't reach back and help the people that helped them make it up the ladder. It was Puffy.
People are starting to see that this may be more than just a rough moment for Jay-Z. It could reflect years of pressure building over time. No matter how many awards you win or how powerful you become, growing up in the Marcy Projects in Brooklyn stays with you. Very few can truly understand the mental strain of surviving and dominating one of the toughest industries in the world. For years, there have been quiet conversations suggesting that behind the polished image, there were cracks formed by expectations, responsibility, and the weight of protecting a massive legacy. For many observers, the well-known elevator incident involving Solange back in 2014 was one of the first public signs that something serious might have been happening privately. It hinted that even behind a composed exterior, pressure can quietly build.
About Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend? Claudia.
So, Jag, when you say...
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress,
yeah,
who died of an imaginary fucking aneurysm. Just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list. Who the fuck was these people supposed to go to? You can't go to the boss because the boss is fucking you. And the boss's boss don't get no fuck. Can't go to the authorities. They're all bought and paid for. You could try to get a special prosecutor, but but they'll just pay somebody to reassign him to another case. Where the fuck you go when you get over by the industry? Nowhere. That's where you go, nowhere. Which is where people like me step in. You right? I go to Diddy parties to walk mother out, cause ain't nobody stopping me when I come.
It seemed like it's men who.
They not men. I'm a bisexual woman. I'm the B in the LGBTQ plus and it's XYZ. A gay man is a gay man. A sexual being is a sexual being. A sodomite is a predator. If it don't apply, let it fly. Period. What we supposed to call these fairy ass bitches? Let's talk about the problems that black women are having being able to recognize what a real black man looks like. You're lusting after LL Cool J. You're lusting after Diddy. You're lusting after Jay-Z. You're lusting after Dwayne. I now want to be a woman since it looks cute on my son. I mean daughter. You got fucking wills. All these fucking... That's who you lust after. And that's what you go after. You don't go after a real black man. You go for act like the... And then you wonder why you get dogged the out. He don't need you. What you there for? To wear white fingernails and hold big black... That probably suck better than you. Like, let's talk about Gabrielle Union right now.
Yeah, let's go. Cause
now, the last time I sat on this blue couch, I had some very specific things to say about the Wade household.
yes, you did.
What has happened since I spoke?
In my opinion, it got worse. It's a little more out of control.
They said I was jealous. They said I said everything that I said because I was jealous of Gabrielle Union. She the black Kris Jenner. She done turned her husband into a... He wants to be a woman.
Now let's talk about Beyonce. Many assume that life alongside global royalty must be effortless. But balancing 3 children, a worldwide business empire, non-stop cameras, and a public that expects perfection every day is no small task. Being connected to a powerhouse like Beyonce means living under constant scrutiny. That's not just glamour, that's responsibility at the highest level. There's little room for mistakes in that kind of spotlight. And the entertainment world rarely slows down for anyone's well-being. You're expected to stay strong no matter what. But even icons feel pressure. Maybe Jay-Z's visible emotion wasn't weakness at all. Maybe it was simply the release of someone who has carried an extraordinary load for decades. Perhaps the fame, the expectations, and the past all converged at once.
That's a real country hit. Jolene, nice. But it has a ring to it. Stand by your man, yeah. Whoops. And disrespects you with other like Kathy Coriana White.
All right, well, let's do it like
who was
this.
actually carrying his baby while you was spanking it.
Yeah.
Why your husband don't want to put his seed inside of you and put it in everybody else?
Yeah, real quick, I have to go back to the raid real quick with Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
His sons were there and he was not there at the houses. And he was
That
quiet.
was the worst part of that.
And to see his sons being
How the
hacked.
do you force your kids to do your perp walk? That was the worst part, and all I could think about was Kim and Misa.
The girls.
Just her son. He left their son to be walked out backwards on camera for the world to see. Thank God Kimura got the girls. Misa's son. Misa and Wolf's son.
Man.
And Quincy's missing.
Quincy's missing. Oh. And lastly.
After he was questioned by the feds.
After.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was in witness protection right now. Which means his father ain't ever gonna see him again.
Have we seen the last, or is this just the beginning of that saga?
It's just getting started.
True.
And maybe, just maybe, this moment could mark growth. Sometimes reaching a limit forces a reset. Behind those iconic sunglasses isn't just an image, it's years of responsibility, stress, and experiences the public may never fully understand. This doesn't necessarily signal collapse. It could represent a transition, a turning page, the beginning of a different chapter that might reshape how he moves forward. One thing is clear, many will be watching closely to see what comes next.
To their childhood house for a visit, and the goes up in flames.
That was very weird. The next day, within the week?
The next day.
The next day.
And still, no real investigation on how the house just went up in flames.
Man.
I guess they paid y'all off. Like they paid y'all off for that Astro World.
So, let me ask you.
Texas politics.
Yeah, Texas politics, man. This is.
When you drive into Houston and old fucking Sam Houston sitting there, you can hear him talking. Every time I drive past Sam Houston on 45, you know what I hear when I see him? That's all I hear. The warden of the South.
Yeah.
Sitting there looking down on everybody. They made a big deal over Robert E. Lee. Imagine what they would do if you tried to take down old Sam Houston.
Come on now. It'd be a problem.
It'd be carnage.
It'd be a problem.
Sam Houston there, he gonna stay there.
So, Jack,
every time I drive past, that's all I hear.
Nick. Now, another thing that, of course, you spoke on last time was, and at the time it happened, was a slap by Will Smith to Chris Rock. We spoke on it. But since then, Jada Pinkett has written a book where she reveals that multiple times she tried to commit suicide.
Yeah.
Not saying exactly what the reason was.
I don't know why she keeps trying. She just get it done. Don't be bad at everything.
Shit. Yeah.
You was an all right actress. You was a terrible wife. You was a bad mother. You was a kid who knew that your husband was doing things to boys and did stuff to your son, and you ain't do shit about it. Bilal told me everything.
Their good friend who
Bilal told me. Jada. He told me that you knew Will was f***ing your child. Yes, he did. Wonder why he left that out of his Tasha K interview.
Yeah, in that interview, he said a lot. He said
everything but the thing that was important. That he know that Will Smith raped Jaden.
When footage of the moment began circulating online, the reaction was immediate. Social media platforms lit up within minutes. The clip spread quickly, sparking conversation everywhere. Some public figures shared supportive words. Longtime peers and industry leaders weighed in with measured reactions. online discussion surged across X, Instagram, and TikTok. While some viewers expressed empathy, others questioned whether it was strategic. Speculation is common in moments like this, but regardless of the theories, attention was locked in. The world paused to observe.
Ain't I, baby? I keep secrets even what I'm about to say my husband don't know. I started fucking Big L when I was 14 years old.
Whoa.
We kept it on the low because I was young. You didn't know that, Sean. And you don't know everything that L told me about you. Please sue me. I want to go to court.
Wow.
I want to tell everybody in the world all the things that Big L told me about you when I was fucking him.
So this Big L is associated.
Big L is the one that put Jay-Z on.
Wow.
Jay-Z was the last person to see Big L alive.
Wait, so this Big L person is not living on this earth no more?
He's been dead for years. His death made it possible for reasonable doubt to live.
Whoa.
See how good I keep secrets, Sean? And I'm gonna tell you something else, and I'll give you this one for free. Big L fuck better than you do, nigga. I'd rather be with that dead man than ever be with you.
So how do you know how Jay-Z get down? You know that from experience, or?
Don't worry about that part. I'll tell it on the stand.
Oh, wow.
When he takes me to court for defamation of character, I'll tell him how well I know you, Sean. Take me to court, prove me wrong, or do what you gotta do. Because I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Please sue me, Sean Carter. Please. Let's go to court. Love? I'm ready. 25, 30 years is enough. It's enough for you. Please sue me. I want to go to court. I want to confess everything I know in front of God and a judge.
Many assumed that once the clip gained traction, Jay-Z's team would respond instantly. When a statement eventually came, it followed the familiar tone about privacy and personal matters. That only fueled curiosity for those hoping for something more direct. The industry, however, appeared unified in support. Influential voices within hip-hop offered encouragement, reinforcing the respect he commands in the culture. Seeing someone known for composure show vulnerability felt unusual, almost surreal. Some believe it humanizes him, reminding fans that even the most successful figures face pressure. Others wonder whether it shifts the image that helped build his legend. Either way, one thing stands out. The narrative has clearly shifted.
Cool messing with the underage young ladies. I never had an attraction for someone younger. I always looked and had an attraction for older women, so I probably didn't have that problem. But then everybody that I fucked with did. Everybody. All of them. No names mentioned yet. But I'm going to expose somebody that we all forget about. Y'all see this picture of Jay-Z with Aaliyah when she was underage? Y'all forgot about Jay, huh? We only know about Damon Dash messing with Aaliyah and R. Kelly. But that ain't the only one that Jay had when she was underage. Y'all remember Fox Brown and Jay? Ain't no woman like the one I got. No one could love you better. Before that song came out,
we used to hear it. I used to tell shit. I was like, whoa, that shit. Him and Mystical, those were two songs that were hot. That it took like a year before it got, well, I'll say to the West Coast. I don't know if they was beating it up on the East Coast. But on the West Coast, it took like a year before those songs came out. And then Nelly's song with the Link St. Louis Ticks. But I'm just saying all that to say, Foxy was young then as well. And so, all of these guys and the underage young ladies was running rapid in the 90s. And so, that's all I remember. That's all I think about, you know, with the DeBarge and Janet Jackson situation. Hey, that's all I think about, and I can remember about Aaliyah. Aaliyah was my wife's favorite artist. She loved the hell out of Aaliyah. It was a tragic how she died. You know, trying to rush back to get to Damon Dash on the plane. You know, and what happened is the Bahamians let her fly out, and their plane was overloaded or full. That's the one thing that I didn't like about when I traveled to our black countries like the Bahamas and Jamaica and all of them. The officials there, we used to have to bribe them $100 to make the rules fast, to let us in with the dogs that we didn't have properly cleaned, or you know, the not search our bags or whatever, or to sneak away with a whole bunch of cigars and stuff like that. But in Mexico,
at this moment, authenticity feels stronger than any anthem. In this storyline, Jay-Z's emotional display may represent the honesty audiences have quietly wanted. He has endured decades of competition, criticism, business challenges, and public attention, yet this moment feels more personal than anything before it. It lands differently, it suggests transition, and it doesn't feel like the final chapter. Questions remain. Will he address it directly? Will Beyoncé speak publicly? In this fictional framing, whispers suggest that a meaningful creative project could be forming behind the scenes. Whether that's music, reflection, or something entirely different, anticipation is building. The next chapter appears to be approaching, and no one wants to miss it.